World, and welcome to our live stream. I'm Aaron.
I'm Frequency Girl.
And tonight we are joined by Ort Cloud Clown Comic Cowboy, aka Brian Brennan, here to tell us all about his comic book Children of Genesis Agagi, now funding on Indiegogo. Is that right? Is it Agagi? Is it Agoj? Is it Agage? What am I saying here?
Oh, Agog. Am I on? Oh, Agoge. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even. Sorry, I was on another screen. What's happening, guys? Yeah, Agoge.
What's up, dude?
Agoge. Yeah, that's the Spartan test of manhood. The Agoge. That's where the word comes from. So you send a young man out into the woods to see if he comes back, or if he doesn't. That is the story. But instead of it just being the woods outside of Sparta, it's an entire planet, right?
Oh, I dig it. So it's like homage reference to the ancient Spartan test of manhood, when they would send the kids out and like either they'd get ripped apart by wolves or come back and become Spartans, right? Is that the deal?
Exactly. Precisely.
Cool, man. All right, let's say hi to all of the men and probably women in this chat who have gone out and faced the wolves and come back victorious. We've got Aerith Saga, what is up? Let's go. We got Ali from 656 Studios. Yo. We got Will saying hail. It's actually quite nice outside. I don't see any hail. We got Mo Biggs, hail in the chat. What's up, Mo? Glad to see you here. Thanks for joining us. We got Eric El Guapo. Nice shoes, Neff. Has he seen my shoes?
I don't know. That's why I was confused. I don't understand.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe he has seen my shoes. How do you know I'm wearing shoes? Eric, do you have a foot thing? He's got a foot thing. Aww.
Hey, Dory.
Hey, Dory. See, I told you there were women up in this chat. Dory, have you ever gone on an agoge, which is the I guess it's Greek, right? It would be Greek, Brian. Is that the case, right?
Yeah, that's I guess.
Have you ever gone on like a Greek test of manhood, Dory? Maybe. I don't know. Who else we got up in here? We got a Frog. What's up, Frog G? Hopping into the stream. Thanks for showing up and hanging out with us. We got the Arrogant Apparition. I am but a specter, a wisp on the wind. I cannot listen, but I will keep the video on for the precious watch hours. Regards from the beyond. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. We got Hicks Villain. What's up, Hicks? Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. I think you're up in the chat too, right?
Yep.
Saying hi to everybody. We got 24 Eyes. What's up? Thanks for coming. I see those eagles. I see you here. I see you. Hail you. All right, let's get it. So, Brian, before we dive into the book, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself? Where are you from, and when did you start reading comics?
I'm a born and raised Brooklynite, and I started reading comics, I think, when I was 9 is when my cousin handed me a handful of Deadpool comics.
Nice.
Yeah, a little early for that, and I didn't get all the jokes out the gate, but I was hooked. That was it for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
What around when was this? I'm just trying to like place the era of Deadpool you were reading.
So I guess this is like 97.
Okay, so you're still in the good spot. Gotcha.
Still in a good spot.
The early stuff. I left my heart and lungs in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So Dory says no, she hasn't done an agoge, but she has
Greek toes and a Greek name.
Greek toes.
I don't know what Greek toes are. Our chat is a little.
Dory, show Eric your feet.
Today.
Show Eric your feet.
Talking about shoes and toes.
All right, so you're a Brooklynite. That's cool because I'm from New York originally too. I grew up in Manhattan. I later on moved to Queens, so we got the whole Cap and Spidey thing going on. I dig it, man. I dig it. She's from Long Island. She doesn't get to play superhero.
Hey, I lived in Queens too.
You did live in Queens. You want to be Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I'll be Bully McGuire. How about that?
Hey, they filmed Spider-Man like right on our block.
They did. They filmed a lot of stuff on our block.
They did. It's
Yeah,
true.
I was almost a corpse. Yeah, playing extra. So, was there a particular book that inspired you to give a try to making comic books?
Yeah, I guess that would be Tug doing The Littlest Umbrella.
Nice, good deal. So,
I watched
much
that go
later
down.
in life, you saw one and you were like, "Dude, I could do this."
I had already planned on doing it, and watching him do it, I was like, well, okay, well, if I'm gonna watch him do it, and now I'm gonna do it, fuck it. That's what I thought.
I dig it.
I had
Tug's
this
a great
this
guy.
idea
I love that book.
Right, yeah, The Littlest Umbrella. I bought it for my son and read it myself and thought it was adorable. Anyway, yeah, so I watched that go down, and then which I even started watching that because I was like, I don't really do the internet. Like that's not like I'm not like a terminally online type of person. Like that's not really my thing. But I had hurt my back and I was out for a while, and like I was watching Tug. I don't know. I've just found Tug, and I thought it was. I watched that go down during the whole Vic Mignogna thing. Then I just recently met Vic. I didn't know he was going to be at the Big
right
Apple.
on. Where'd you meet him? What convention did they throw him out of this time?
No, he was there the whole time. Big Apple Con. He showed up.
Oh,
like
nice.
Late.
Awesome.
Yeah, he showed up like towards the end of Saturday night, and then was there all day Saturday. He was a super nice guy, But it was just weird.
Yeah, we met him too. He's very chill guy. Like, I don't understand it, right?
Whatever. It's so ridiculous. The whole thing. But it just kind of it felt like one of those kind of full circle moments. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like I had already had the first and second draft of the script at that point that I move forward with, and some concept art, like before I even found Tug and all of that. You know what I mean? And then I found Tug and watching him do that, like I had put it on the shelf for a while, you know what I mean? And it sat there for a couple of years, all the work I had put in, and then just hadn't looked for an artist, and then watched Tug and fucking just did it. Just was like, all right, well, you're watching this happen. You're seeing these indie creators make their things happen. Just fucking do it. Was the thought.
You can do it too. What's stopping you, right? The only one getting in your own way is you. So Mobig says, I appreciate this dude's restraint. You can tell how badly he wants to say bada bing, bada boom. You give a big bada boom for Mobigs.
Bada bing. You gotta give him a bada boom too.
Gabago.
Tell him fucking forget about
it. We can make these jokes all right. So, what kind of books did you like to read growing up, and is there anything currently on the stands that excites you?
After my early, I was more of a sci-fi reader. While I always loved comics and kept reading comics throughout the years, like sci-fi really became the thing that I read. So it was Frank Herbert, Arthur C. Clarke, Isaac Asimov, Heinlein, all of them. You know what I mean? Like any number of writers, but like comic book writer, like I would say the science fiction genre of like novels was more influential on what I want to do than
comic books specifically.
Than comic books specifically, but the medium, but I love the medium of
didn't diminish your love of comics.
Right. Yeah. So
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not like comics don't deal in the same high concept things. It's just for so long, so many comics I just got fed up with restarting stories and, resetting timelines and how many books do I have to buy to catch up in this storyline now? What the fuck? I'm out of the loop for 3 months and I'm completely fucking lost.
Yeah, I come back. I got no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
who's killing who? When did this person die? Yeah.
That always made me so like I kind of gravitated towards like stories that were self-contained, like an Invincible. I like that better than I do like Marvel characters these days because there's no end. It's always fucking restarting everything. And
what about anything on the stands right now? Do you got anything that's tickling your fancy? You know what I mean? Floating your boat.
No, I haven't.
Balls a little.
I haven't graced the comic book store to actually buy anything in quite some time, to be honest.
Hey, Ryan Wynn, what's good, brother? What's good? Glad to see you here.
Like,
thanks for joining
action
us.
Figures and
oh yeah,
yeah,
pops. Do you?
Actually,
no. Like the builder figures.
Okay, all right, that's respectable. I was gonna say if you got pops, we gotta go shooting sometime. Eric was just saying Magic the Gathering surprised him last week, and he's a little hooked on that right now. Okay, so I dig this. I like the idea that Magic is just kind of exploring its universe. It's putting the planeswalkers out there. It's just telling a story. There's no politics. There's no like real deep hidden anything, but I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that coming to pass. And also I think the art on Magic is a little tiny bit lazy, but then again, I've only read the pre-release version, like the first issue. I haven't read the rest of it. So Eric, if you're really enjoying it, man, you should, maybe like throw something up about why you like it. And we can talk about that too. He said,
sorry,
capiche? Yeah. Eric said, yep. Don't read DC for a few months. You come back. Superman is gay and Batman is black. Let's not forget Robin, man. He turned bi overnight. So, this was like back when Iceman came out.
Oh, God.
Hey, what's up, Rich Ayala? What's up, Roach Balls?
They did my man Iceman so dirty.
Yeah, they did. Honestly, it was that was the beginning of all of it, wasn't it? That was kind of like when it happened, and I was like, I have that issue. I have a couple of issues of Iceman. I read that. You know what I mean? I had to buy it to see how awful it was.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But we're not here to talk about the comics that let us down. We're here to talk about the comics that build us up, that get us excited. We're especially here to talk about the comics we want to make. So let me ask you Mo Biggs' favorite question. Do you have any prior experience with sequential storytelling?
No, other than like fire. Other than like fireside. No, other than like fireside like stories or doing like what you call it? Like oh shit, what were those things we used to do? They were like these online wrestling federations that you could like write your like lines for, that I used to do with my friends sometimes. That was kind of fun.
I've never heard of that, but
it's like a role play.
The idea of like just some form of creative expression where you're making, I don't know, wrestling dramas. Is it like a fan?
Yeah, you create your own character and you
that's kind of cool, man.
You write your character's lines and shit like that. It's
on your campaign page. You said that you used to write with your friend too, like all the time. You guys would be making little comic books together when you were kids, right?
Yeah, when we were kids.
I'd say that's experience.
That's not
right?
Experience. That's fucking experience. Stupid. That's stupid little kids doing stupid little kid things. Stop it. Come on, man.
All right, fair enough.
It would be cool if you could put that on a resume, but that shit don't count.
I don't know. One of these days, like finger painting might be a credible credential working.
It already is. If you just say you're a feminist.
My mother said I made the best finger painting. Oh my God! Like I am so unique and so special. My teachers in first grade said that I was going to grow up to be an incredible artist, and my finger painting really exemplifies that. Yeah. So you have to now make me a famous artist because I finger paint.
Well, why we do that? Why don't we?
They might not accept the finger painting, but there's a chick that totally like paints with her vagina and shit, ain't there?
I'm not sure. I heard there was one that Yeah, let's say hi to the chat. Nardalus, Jay Nardalus. I don't think I've seen you around these parts before, sir, but thank you for tuning in. I hope I'm not assuming your gender wrong. We got Zaid Studios. What's up, Jeremy? Thanks for popping in. Are you still a lieutenant colonel or are you a full colonel yet? Mo Biggs, you got to let us know, when are we promoting Jeremy back to colonel? Because saying lieutenant colonel is still it's a pain in the ass, man. It's too many words. I can't remember all these words.
Did you say hi to Rich?
I did. Yeah, I said hi to Rich a lot.
I don't remember anymore. We said
Ollie, I think we sent Ollie what Rich sent us. So you know.
Jane Artelis is
your alt account. Why are you in here with 2 accounts? What is wrong with you? So how did you decide, or how did you break into the comics industry like you are now, but making your own book, basically? Is this your first book?
Yeah, this is my first book.
It's your first book. When did you start making it?
Okay, so since I got in contact with Christian, it's been since 2019. The script was ready, but it was late 2019 when I first got together with him, and the image that you see as my icon, that's the first image he sent to me. Like after our first conversation in person, like we had a couple of drinks and we had lunch, and after talking about the characters and showing him some of the concept art, this is the first image he sent to me, the one that's my icon right now. And yeah, and then I was like, "Fuck, I got it right. At least for the first one, I got it right." And we started working together. And wait, what was the question? Oh yeah, but like I said, that was 2019. I started watching Tug. I think it was like late 2017, early 2018 when I first started watching Tug, and then so before that, this comic, when did I first write it down?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
It was 2012. 2012 was the first time.
Was that when you had the vision, the dream?
Yeah, dream.
Tell me about
bro.
that. Tell me about that.
I don't fucking know, man. It was a weird dream, but it was kind of like different sections of like what's going on. I'd say most of the dream took place in like what's turning out to be volume 5 and volume 6.
So you prefaced this dream with a lot of backstory.
Well, this was part of it. Like it started on some shit with that abduction. Like that was the beginning of the dream, bro. That was it was a fucking weird.
Wow. So this thing really like just expanded, you know, or I guess you wrote 5 different issues to fulfill this dream.
Yeah, to flesh out what was going on. Like it was,
I wish I had dreams that would turn into 5 different issues of comic books, man. It'd be so much simpler than sitting here trying to plot this shit out. What is up, Phil? Congratulations on that launch, my dude. Lost Pages 2 coming at you. That trailer is fucking dope. I know Frog G's dropping the link in the chat, although he did drop the link to Tug just a second ago. Oh, there it is. See the silhouette. Lost Pages Volume 2. Everybody get on that while you can. I know he just launched. You got a little bit of time, but man, that book looks so good. Mo wants to know, what if you didn't start watching Tug until 2020? The comic would be about Johnny Depp's attorney nuking Amber Heard from orbit. Fair enough. Unfortunately, it didn't really happen.
That sounds like an epic comic, though. But
yeah, it does.
But no, I don't think there wasn't any outside influence other than what you know what I mean? Like nothing
other than the dream. Yeah. So you mentioned, watching Tug and getting Tug's book. Do you have any prior experience with crowdfunding? I mean, apparently you back stuff on crowdfunders. So do you have a lot of experience backing stuff?
Well, I've only backed a few campaigns. I haven't backed a ton of campaigns. But no, I mean, no, and it shows.
Well, I mean, but you're a carpenter by trade, right? You're not like a crowdfunder. Everyone's an amateur on crowdfunding until you're not, right? Yeah. Even pros that come to crowdfunding their first time, they're doing it for the first time, so you're an amateur. And then once you've done your first one, you can kind of say that you're professional, whatever. But I could clearly see that you love comics. What?
Froggy, that shirt is looking a bit fiendish.
It is.
today.
Do you like my new shirt, Froggo? Do you like my fiendish shirt? Oh, like I said earlier, I'm a walking advertisement for Reenie's book. It is really soft though, and it came in a really cool bag. It's like it says, "This is your new thing" on the bag, which I thought was really, really nice. And it has like a little zipper on it, so it's reusable, and I can store my weed in there. Anyway.
Hi, Eric.
Why do it now? Creating comic books. This is what I mean. Creating comic books is expensive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I get that you were watching Tug and you saw him do it. What possessed you to go and make one? Because you already have the test print. This thing is done. It's ready to go. We're crowdfunding it at $1,000 with a flexible goal, just so that you could get it to the backers. Basically, you're just going to go to print and print the order. That's all we're paying for. Yeah. So what possessed you to do all the work ahead of time?
Because what are the chances that people back somebody with no prior history? 0. So
I don't know. Isn't that what Comicsgate has been doing for the past year?
No, Comicsgate. I feel like Comicsgate has many professionals in Comicsgate, and then there's many people who are probably have been involved in the industry in one way or another, that have been involved or have some kind of platform, some kind of internet platform that they are leveraging to do something that they've wanted to do. So
it has been just this year, but if you look at someone like Jake Adams, right? I love Jake Adams. He's one of my favorite examples. He did Cobalt, right? He wrote the script for Cobalt. He went and found his artist. He started putting together his book. Yeah, he had published something before in a comic book anthology for differently abled, limb different kids, right? But he went full on into Cobalt, made a comic book, crowdfunded it, very successful. Look at Kimasabe, right? He's worked as an editor before, but Company Men's his first book. When we started getting into this, we were meeting creators who for the first time were coming out inspired like you, by what they'd seen other creators doing, inspired to do it themselves and willing to take a risk, investing their own money into this so that they could see those dreams, I guess, brought to life.
Come to fruition.
So, yes, exactly. What?
I was laughing at Mel.
What did Mel say?
Children of Genesis is way cooler than my discarded IP, Sega Kids. Plus, I got a cease and desist letter from some copyright troll.
Yeah.
I like to say hello.
Fuck those guys at Sega. What is up, Peter Palmiotti? Thanks for tuning in. And we've also got Noah in the chat.
Hey, Noah.
Where's the hipster at? He's upstairs working. He's actually flatting right now, just in a different room.
Yeah, upstairs.
Yeah, he's working on page 44.
So there is flatting going on. It's just
there is. It's just not here.
Camera because
it's super hot.
It's
super top
spoilery.
Secret.
Yeah.
It would just ruin some good moments. So.
Right. I was looking over them today. Actually, maybe someone in the chat has seen a sneak peek of what's going on. I'm not going to confirm or deny any of that. Frog G is putting up Noah's link, Mavericks Volume 2, Judgment of Doom.
Are you going to tell everyone that you discovered a hybrid
I did.
Mavericks today?
You know what? I'll bring that up while you continue the conversation with our illustrious guest. How about that? Okay.
No, it's my job to bring things up.
So as I was saying, you watched Tug, that inspired you. But what inspired you to do the work? Yes, the dream inspired you to write the comic. But what inspired you to do the work, to write it out as a comic, go and find an artist, get an editor, pay the artist, print a test book? That's actually dedication. You know what I mean? Tell me about that.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I hadn't thought of no, okay. I just did it.
You just did it.
Yeah, man. I was just making it. I'm making the book. And issue 2 will come when issue 2 comes, because it'll just take me time to get the money together to pay the artist again. You know what I mean? But
I hear that.
So
speaking of the artist, 1 second, let me show this real quick, and then we will talk about how you put together your creative team, because that's also very important. Let me just show you this right here. Would you look at this?
Dangerous curves.
and Mavericks.
Mavrix, which is like a
So
hybrid.
my book is Mavricx, right?
CS, no X.
CS. Noah's is Maverix. And then this one is Mavrix. This person, Shade, who's done a lot of campaigns, clearly, has taken our naming conventions and just sort of bastardized them. And it's enough to make me want to puke. Noah, we have to stop them. We have to stop them from spreading their lies.
There was 0 Children of Genesis when I created Children of Genesis. Now there's 2 Children of Genesis. When I Google search it, there's some book about I think Ethiopians. I don't know. And then there's another one. There's some fucking web comic that came out this year in January. Send everybody a cease and desist. Fuck with everybody.
Well, you can try.
No.
What's up, George? How's it going, my dude?
Oh, what's happening, George?
Noah wants to know, did Garrett's feelings get hurt by Mo's roasts? Is that why he doesn't show up anymore? Or did Neff stop rubbing his thigh and now it isn't worth it for him?
No, I rub his thigh when we're not on camera. Most roasts did burn him quite sufficiency. I've had to comfort him, and it's okay, buddy. It's okay. They're just teasing you, you know. But that's not why he's not on camera. He is literally on. I could bring you upstairs right now and open the door, and he'd be sitting there working with the ball and chain on his leg, and he'd look up and be like, "When am I going to eat?" And I'd say, "You're not eating until you're done with that page, bro."
Last time I
saw Garrett on stream was when he refused to draw Baby Seal, Navy Seal on Hockey Show, but he fixed that, Mo. He finished that afterward. Honestly, he got fucked by the challenge. It's not okay when your challenge is you can't pick up your stylus off of the page. And what your job is at that point is to get multiple colors to color Baby Seal, Navy Seal. It's impossible. It's physically impossible.
Oh, what is the name of the
Shade? I believe it was Shade.
Oh, Shade. Yeah, he's throwing shade
at us. I guess I don't know. What does Peter say? Peter says, "Do like Frank Miller, like Frank Miller's Sin City." I don't know. I'm cooling out with a comic called Mavericks. You know, Rich, I would not doubt that you actually would do that. And I think it would be awesome because I don't know if you guys have seen Roach Balls, but it is incredibly different from the standard comic fare that we've got out there. It really leans into that like gritty, dirty Rat Fink style comic book with like all of the various noodly sploogey elements that Rich is going to be bringing to the table. I'm really excited to see it. So,
I really liked his Cyber Frog.
His filthy drippy Cyber Frog. I love that.
Yeah,
I think we could call his style grungy, maybe. I don't know.
I just commented Daka.
Yeah, I mean, that's very orky. Very, very orky. All right. Hey, what's up, Connery? We got Connery in the chat here too. Welcome. So blah. How did you assemble your team? That was the next question. How did you get your artist? And you also have an editor, which is a great sign. I can't tell you how many books really need an editor on them. How did you pick these dudes and how'd you bring them together?
Well, Patrick, the editor, found me kind of like another one of those like, and not even he found me, kind of like the universe just like sent us, we found each other's orbit. Like after, I was gonna say this dude called up and was like, "I hear you have a book." No, editor. not even like that. Just like we even went to the same high school and we were 1 year apart and we never met each other. But then we met at a mutual we were there to see the same person. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. From the same school, and it was like a reunion that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? And like Pat became like a friend before I even realized who, like what
that he was an editor and he could like offer you.
Yeah, that he was an author. That's and cool. A professor and you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
But that's great when like the universe fills a need before you know you have it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, like it just, we kind of like had been missing each other like all these years, and then boom, we had a meeting, and smash, there we are. Like I had another. That was pretty crazy.
So
He's
you
got his own
smashed
comic
Pat,
book.
and then you needed to find an artist.
Well, I found Christian first. I found Pat.
Oh, okay, all right.
I found Pat. Actually, 2020. I ran into Pat for the first
So
time.
how did you find Christian and decide that he was the one that you wanted to draw your book?
I had spoken to a bunch of different artists. I had, been like asking around on all the different social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit even. And Reddit's where I found Christian. I didn't even find him through his Instagram. I found him through fucking Reddit. And
I've heard people go on the Reddit looking for like artists and writers. I don't know how that works.
sometimes it go around, people put some art up and a link to their art station or whatever, shit like that. With like sequentials and well, that's exactly how I found Christian.
Nice.
He had put up some art and I contacted him, and then I was like, it's cool that he's a New Yorker too, so we actually got to link up and actually hang out and talk before I handed off my baby to some fucking stranger. Like, I don't know how people.
Yeah, I love the idea of like sitting down with the dude and at least being able to like touch base, have a beer with him, be like, so are you gonna fuck up my project?
Well, I mean, I was like, we'll take it one page at a time, and he did the first few pages, and I was like, yeah, we're definitely moving forward. And then I don't know, I knew what I was in for. I knew I added 5 pages to the book, but that was really that. 2 of that was making an action scene like way longer, because like it just ended abruptly. Like it needed more, you know what I'm saying? Like there were certain things that I need to flesh out more, like as I came across them. And in the editing process, I added a page. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just he was easier to find than Pat. Not for nothing, I had to wait to find Pat. I knew I needed a Pat. I just didn't know where I was gonna find him.
but then you found him.
Yeah.
Mo says, if this book doesn't work out, have you considered making a book called Comet Cowboy? I think
we can do Comet Cowboy.
like it would make a cool book. Mo, I've got a book called Cowboy Beep Bop Boop. That I'm thinking of making. It's about people that put their Twitter pronouns in their bios. And space.
Climb aboard my
Something about
cosmic
space.
clown car, right?
Right.
That's how that comic book goes. In just fly around the universe in an impossibly small spaceship.
Clown car. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably pull that off though. I mean, looking at Children of Genesis as it is now, there's a lot there to unpack. So you could probably pull off a simple book about a clown car in space. Why don't we jump into the idea behind this book? Tell me about the universe you're building in Children of Genesis. What exists? Clearly, there's aliens, there's inner space travel. What else we got?
Okay. Firstly, with the inner space like interstellar travel, like I'm treating fold space like something that disturbs the actual fabric of the universe when you use it. So you can't exactly just pop in and out next to a planet like it's the thing to do, or on a planet. So like there's limits to space travel in that way, right? There's fold space, but you can't just like do it whenever, wherever, however you want. Like there's rules. So I'm trying to set that up because I want to, because a lot of problems in science fiction, like to me, like stems from like before anybody even put in the idea of like a fold space. There was like traveling faster than light, but then these characters would have never spoken again, because if you travel faster than light, everybody you left behind is dead. They're all dead. They're
Not
gone.
just that, we could get into the metaphysics of it too. In order to travel faster than light, you need to eliminate mass. You need to convert mass to energy, because light, as we know, is wave particle duality. We got the particle, the proton, and we got the wave, which is, the light rays. And the motion of that particle is what creates the visible light spectrum. But that particle has very, very little mass, like minuscule mass.
Does it have
We
any
can't
mass?
take mass bodies
does a
like
photon-
us and accelerate them to that speed. So we've got to actually shed all of that mass and convert the mass to energy to reach that speed. So the question is, once you leave your body, become energy, and somehow phase back into existence with recombined matter, are you even still the same person?
Are you a clone of your former self?
I mean, you're
Something
not
of this sort.
you're not where you were. You're not what you were. Are you still who you were?
Are
Right?
you even made of the same atoms you were?
Probably not. I mean, that's the problem that they had with teleportation. Yeah, we could get deep. We could get deep into this. Hey, what's up, D. Hausner? How's it going, my man? Glad to see you here. Mo says, I have so many epic IPs, Connery. Everything is in pre-production. And Zaid says, I love making fantasy off science. The more accurate, the more believable. You see, I kind of agree. I just don't like fantasy style science fiction. I think that, like, if you're going to do that, you don't need to worry about it. You could just say, I bypassed the compressor. And that's why we can jump through hyperspace. That shit doesn't matter. You don't need the word compressor. You can say, I googly-gocked the gigaboo. And boom. It's like, that's the thing. It's not science at that point. It's bullshit. Just let it be bullshit. Don't try to make science. You're going to piss a bunch of people off. Anyway, like, let's get back into it. So we got aliens. They come to Earth. They kidnap children.
Just
How
an
is this?
alien. Just
An alien and his robotic sidekick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Genesis.
And they come to Earth and they kidnap children.
Yes.
How are you not getting strikes advertising this on YouTube?
What do you mean?
Well, you're talking about kidnapping kids, right?
I guess, but isn't like abduction always the science? Isn't that always like something we're talking about, right? And I always looked at it like here on Earth, no humans can't achieve their fullest potential, whatever that is, like physically and mentally. You just can't. There's not enough hours in the day. There's too many distractions on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like and this is to me this is the alien and the robot taking them, experimenting on them. Of course, this is not like, it's funny because in issue 2 we deal with it, but this isn't a cute thing. This isn't like, you know what I'm saying? This isn't like
no, it's the Agogi, right? It's
we're
going to send these kids out to an alien planet, and we're going to see if they survive, because they're like, we're gonna grow them up. Dragon Multimedia, that's Connery, says, I see Neff hates Ray. I bypassed the compressor. Okay, look, it's not that. It's this. What does the compressor do? Have we ever had reference to the compressor when it comes to fixing the hyperdrive? What part of the ship? And you could like look to the really fat Star Wars nerd who's got like no AC, hair, who's read every supplement and goes, actually, there's no compressor in this part of the ship. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. You're setting yourself up to just, get yelled at by some Star Wars nerds. So why even do it? What?
They couldn't jump into hyperspace without fixing the AC first. That's what I
right. The compressors, exactly. It's part of the refrigeration system. I didn't know hyperspace caused heat. I don't understand. Your fucking science doesn't make science sense anymore.
Lieutenant Colonel Crack says, I'm not light speeding a ship through a ship after eras of spaceship battles or anything.
It doesn't even make sense. It's energy at that point. All right, I'm done.
Noah says, control yourself.
I'm trying, Noah. I need to get a grip on something tangible.
This might help. Mobig says, speaking of elves, I miss the days before
Dean's face reveal. I know, right? It was very depressing. We saw Dean's face reveal. I'm like, who is the doomer? Because he's the quintessential doomer meme, right? He's got the beanie, he's got the big bags underneath his eyes. He just needs like the Wojak, cigarette and being like Rogan and stuff. I don't know. So what else do we have in universe? We have this alien clearly comes from another solar system or galaxy or something. Comes here to get the kids. Why is he here to get kids?
Well, he's here to do these experiments, but not just, this isn't the only experiment he's here for. That's like it's just one of many. And this is the only one I kind of want to make you aware of at the moment.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like he plays a much bigger role in a much different way than some might anticipate. I would imagine.
So I got a question. You have a good team. Are you ever going to add a colorist to this team? Because yeah, the book looks good, but I think the book would look great in color. I like color.
Same. I love colors, and this book was written colorfully. It was supposed to be very colorful, but yeah, line art isn't cheap, and neither are colors.
It's true.
Flatting in and of
sometimes line art is cheap, but colors are always, cheaper than line art, right? That's generally the case, right?
Are they?
Like,
well,
no, not really.
I don't know.
Depending upon who's doing the line art.
I look at it like this: anything worth paying for should take at least a day to do, and I think in terms of what I like being paid per day to do things that I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
I don't like underpaying people. I don't like taking an entire day from a man and thinking like I didn't pay him appropriately for that. So, I wouldn't I don't know. That's the way I see it.
Look, Connery, it's got nothing to do with Rey. It could have been Han Solo saying the same fucking thing. It's stupid. It violates your own mythology in your universe. It makes gobbledygook out of the science. It's just unnecessary. Chewbacca could have gone, and it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be Rey.
That would have been so much better.
When they start giving Chewbacca subtitles, the end is nigh, right?
No.
Ryan Wynn says that earned a Mo biggity for sure. So that was the comment Noah made about me grabbing Garrett's thigh. That was a brilliant one, man. I like that one. That one was really good.
I need to get a grip on something tangible. That's why Garrett's leg used to be there.
No, we got to clip that or something. That was really, really good.
Mo said that he was proud of Noah, and that was something that he would have said.
Freaking I said I was proud of Noah. Right? I said, well played.
Yeah.
That's good.
It doesn't count unless Mo says it.
No, fair. So who are the antagonists in this?
The planet, right? It's them against the planet. It's them against the flora and fauna of this world. And really, I mean, who put them there, right? But I don't want to say too much.
Noah says at least Han Solo would have sounded somewhat cool. Somewhat. I mean, he's just gonna die. Connery said, I think he had to say, you can put me back in, but you have to kill me because I don't want to do this series anymore. Connery says, Neff, everyone agrees with you. I know everyone agrees with me because I'm right. So what's
and Peter says that he looked at the campaign and it's very nice art and color would make it
would make it great. So the central conflict is them on the planet trying to survive. The antagonist is basically the planet itself. What are the stakes and why should I care if these kids live or die?
Look at where we are now. And I think to myself, as I the way I put it on the first page is humanity walks this knife's edge at a breakneck pace, this delicate, this bottleneck that we're going through, and we're currently inflicting upon ourselves. We're watching all kinds of wild shit go down over these last few years. You know what I mean? And it's just, and these are just we need. I want to create a new genuine my own mythology is what I want.
Right.
But
That's
I
why,
wanna,
yeah, I'm excited to see what you build inside this universe.
I want a tabletop like fucking 40K is what I want. I want a whole bunch of
Bro, you
races.
play 40K?
I don't play 40K, but I love the.
Okay. I was gonna say, because we
love
were at
everything about
18
it.
and now we're at 13 viewers. You mentioned 40K and boom, the stream just dies. Right?
That's right there. You know that.
Yeah, then I know we're doing it right when we start talking about 40K. Neff is used to getting clapped back from his Kickstarter bros whenever he criticizes Ray. Mo, that's the thing. I don't criticize Ray. I don't need to. The material speaks for itself. I criticize the scene about the compressor because the compressor doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, I don't have to worry about getting clapped back from them because I don't need to say shit about her. I just say Star Wars is very disappointing. Actually, she's a strong, independent woman, so why don't you try compressing your privilege?
Sorry.
Excuse me.
I did.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
How does that work in
Compressing your
Brooklyn? What does it
privilege.
sound like with a Brooklyn accent?
Excuse me.
I like it. I like it.
Actually, stop that. Okay, that's not really nice.
I like how
Nobody liked it when you talk to them like that.
I like how it
fucking
went
mean.
up. Actually, very good, very good. So, what are your long-term plans for the series? I heard you say something about issue 5. How many issues do you have written, and how many are you planning to release?
Well, I mean, the real goal. There's issue 1, 2, 3 of volume 1. That's final draft. There's issue 1 and 2 of volume 2. Then there's issue 1, 2, 3 again of volume 3. I guess I can say the volume. I can give names to them, and without well, no, I can't. Never mind. There's too much. Nah, I can't say the names.
Don't say the names. Speaking of a guy who's naming stuff, Zaid Studios is making a call out to the clip of the Democratic Socialists of America meeting where everyone was kept interrupting each other.
Yes.
Personal point, personal privilege.
Personal
Yeah,
point,
okay. We gotta get away from making fun of these people.
Sounds
We
like
will
a
be here all
blubbering
freaking
fucking
night.
walrus, that motherfucker. Oh my god. I couldn't
No,
take
sounds
it.
like Road Warrior Drake. Nice, well, good.
Fucking
All right,
terrible.
let's look at the campaign itself. Let's bring up the Indiegogo page.
bring it
I
up
know
again.
you've already brought it up. So we're at 375 out of 1,000
actually,
right now.
because I didn't refresh. I've had it.
Oh, we're at 407. That's cool.
Yeah.
32
You know, we
hours.
backed the other day, so that wasn't us. Why don't you scroll down? Yeah, we backed when you were on stream with us on someone else's show. I can't
Well,
remember.
Monday.
Days
Yeah, Monday Madness
Yeah.
with Pops Van Zandt.
with Pops. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The days blend together at this point, man.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, so this is where you go into talking about the dream and the fever dream that turned into. Would you stop scrolling for a second? That turned into that turned into
The
children
first draft.
of
Yeah.
Genesis, yeah, and then how you put the team together and everything. That is a mighty block of text, my friend.
I'm sorry. I thought-
Dude, you don't have to apologize to me. Apologize to everyone else. No, it's okay.
I guess.
It's important to hear the story about everything too.
That's
right?
what I thought.
But this is your first campaign.
Am I being
And-
overly verbose? Is that?
Well, you're a writer. It's expected, right? That's why you
Right,
need
that's
to
what
get
I
a
thought.
graphic designer help you put together the campaign page.
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
writers are not good at not necessarily good at putting together things in the visual medium. I'm supposed to convey stuff simply without using lots and lots of words. You see what I'm doing here? I'm a
Mhm.
writer too.
And Eric Minoltowski saved our butt.
He did, and he was in the chat just a
He
second
was,
ago.
yeah.
So shout out to Eric, because without him, our campaign would not have looked nearly as good as it did.
It's almost as big as
Bancroft's
Jenkins
forehead.
forehead.
I don't know. I think Bancroft's forehead. Yeah, you said almost as big. Yeah. It's intense, but yeah, it's a good story. Like, if you actually take the time to read it, it makes sense and it's
Yeah.
compelling. My point is, most people aren't going to take the time to read it because they're assholes and don't like reading in general. You know, it's just like we don't. We see stuff, we see words, and we're just like, no, where's the pictures? Most of the time when we're shopping for stuff, that's the case. I was
Yeah.
telling a friend of mine earlier today, if you're looking at the new flavor of Pepsi does not give you a paragraph about where the inventor of this new flavor came from, their home life, how they put together their friends to create this new flavor, how long it took in the lab, no, they just go, look at my new flavor of Pepsi. Wow. So next time we're going to help weigh in on designing the look of this campaign, because like you said, it's your first time. But long-term plans are to crowdfund the rest of the series, right? To crowdfund issues 2 and 3 for volume 1.
That would be nice, but if it don't happen, I'm probably gonna make it anyway.
Yeah. Oh, we got a what about up in the chat. What's up? What about? Ahoy, one and all.
What's happening?
Peter says, should be short and precise to the point, make us want your comic. I already want the comic. It was just a lot to read. So, yeah. All right, why crowdfunding? Why crowdfunding then? You said if it doesn't happen, you're going to make them anyway. Why crowdfunding?
Well, because it'd be cool to send it out directly to customers and know that people got it from you know what I'm saying, instead of putting it in, selling it to a store, trying to sell it to a store, or probably not even. This is probably the only way I could get my book out, you know what I mean, because it's
to crowdfund.
Yeah, it's like self-published, you know what I mean, unless I put it.
But you could self-publish and put it out on Amazon. You could self-publish and put it up on a website. The crowdfunding part kind of helps because he has a built-in audience, especially if you're in the hat club with the rest of us, trying to market the book to people who have like a built-in dedicated audience on the platform that gets you a fan base or a reader base, right? That's definitely one reason to go crowdfund. But if you're going to do it anyway, you should look at all the other ways to monetize the project so that you can get more people backing, or I should say paying for it, so you can make the next few. Because like you said, you've written 2 and 3. You've already got ideas for 4 and 5, right? Like
I'm outlined to 8.
I want to see it happen.
I'm outlined to 8. I have the Genesis files started and ready to go from the moment Genesis goes online.
Nice.
Diaz says that would be cool to have this text doing the Star Wars scroll down the screen. It would be. It would be. Unfortunately, half the time that text is just kind of lost on me. I don't even read it, and then sometimes it's just awful text. We should stop talking about Star Wars. Okay, this book is nothing like Star Wars. This book is going to be great. It's interesting and different, right? It's about children that are taken from Earth by an alien, brought to an alien planet so they can fight to survive. What happens if they survive? Did we ever touch on that?
We didn't. They have a destination. And
okay, so we shouldn't dive too much into it. We should let people be surprised, right? But you're only going to be surprised if you back the book, right? So you shouldn't be worried about spoilers unless you back the book, chat. So, I mean, I don't know. Who's worried about spoilers? I'm just saying, right? Like, I call it like I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And you what I have up right now is the first few pages of the comic.
You can do the first 12 off Dropbox.
On the campaign, right? You have it linked to a Dropbox.
D. Hauser says there's definitely a positive point here. The book is Jar Jar free. That's always good. Good to know. And was the other Children of Genesis project he found that rumored Shift Sonichu crossover? Mo, we are not going to do a Shift Sonichu crossover. That is not happening. I refuse to participate in a Sonichu crossover. That is why Kiwi Farms exists, period, the end, right? Like that's where it came from. Can we get away from it now? So if this book funds, great, right? But if it doesn't, it's not fixed. It's a flexible goal. So people are just going to get their book, right?
Yeah.
What's next for you after that?
Get concept art. I have concept art for a couple of things. There's a creature that I mentioned in the first book, the giant Spheco. It's just a giant wasp on this earth, on this planet, and the queen. I got to do a concept art for that so that I can move forward, because we kind of start with that kind of shit right off rip. in issue 2. This is it's
putting together some concept
like
art
it's-
for the alien monster, and
Mhm.
then I guess bringing on Chris to do the book, right?
Yep, getting back to
Getting back
panels,
to
getting
doing
back
the
to
book with
pages.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yep. Making sure that Pat can check your script, your sequentials, and make sure that they're all solid. It's
Well,
great having an editor.
he doesn't edit the. He just edits the words on the page for like grammar.
Oh, okay. So he's a proofreader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like
Yeah.
I would like to have some dragon spread his wing and let me come under there, nuzzle up, and let me show him that project in confidence, and him tell me like what to do. That would be pretty fucking epic. But no, I don't have anybody like that yet.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the art here.
Yeah, this is just the abduction scene. The first few pages. We start with the abduction scene. We move through the abduction scene, introduce Hemingford and Genesis.
Right, and then we go into the ship.
Right.
Oh,
and then from there we take the 18-year leap.
Yep, and then we get to meet that little alien robot guy.
Yeah, we meet Genesis.
Like
yeah,
yep.
Genesis. Genesis is my favorite.
Yep. I mean, his name is in the title, right?
Yeah, right.
Right, exactly. So you know he's going to be important. All right, so do you have any words of wisdom for first-time creators that are looking to get into comic books? This is your first book. It's probably you've been through the school of hard knocks on this. What are some of the lessons that you've learned along the way?
Don't be totally locked into your original game plan.
Okay.
There's gonna be tons
flexible.
there's gonna be tons unless you just got the money to just go out there and do it. If you got money to throw around like that, cool. I don't have money to throw around like that. So put this thing together, it wasn't super easy.
That takes dedication though. You know, you got to believe in yourself if you're gonna go and do that. That's why earlier I was like, why now? But you know, you said I don't know. So
if not now, then when?
You know?
If not now, then when?
Right.
You've been saying you wanted to do it. You wanted to do it. You wanted to do it.
Well,
Are you that person that says they're gonna do something forever and never fucking does it, or are you the person that says they're doing something and just gets it done without, and then boom, there it is.
What better place than here? What better time than now? Right? Hey, Chris Oury, what's up, my dude?
Listen to Rage Against the Machine no more.
I did. I used to listen to him.
Yeah, same here. Same, bro. Same.
Are we the ones getting older? Are our tastes changing? Is it really us? Like, I gotta ask myself. I look in the mirror. I look at what's going on. I'm like, is it me?
No,
is it me? I have these moments of doubt, and I'm like, no, it's not me. I'm the same guy as I've always fucking been.
I think we just grew up and we saw hypocrites for hypocrites
for what they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any advice crowdfunding for anybody out there?
Don't take my advice. Shit. You can
That's good. That's a good somewhere else. Are you the person that's who says they're gonna do something forever? Hey, buddy, let's not get personal.
He's feeling called out apparently.
Now we all know that that Mo Biggs will write ARO once the book is finished and crowdfunded and on people's shelves. Then he'll write it.
All of this has been reletted. I reletted the whole book. None of the dialogue is different. It's just like
you change the letters and fonts.
These bubbles. No, not the fonts. The bubbles. I changed.
Oh, okay.
All because these bubbles are bad, and I was told as much, and I needed to fix them, so I went back and fixed them all. I fixed the whole thing. I reletted the whole book from. But whatever.
I know what it's like going back and doing all the shit again.
I want if
somebody
do what
you gotta do.
If somebody who knows what they're talking about says something, you take criticism for what it's worth, and you make it work for you, right?
Absolutely, 100%. And people need to learn how to take criticism. Sometimes, when looking at criticism coming in, I got to say to myself, okay, this person probably doesn't know what they're talking about, but let's pretend for a second that they do. Is what they're saying going to give me something that I can look at and potentially fix to make the book better? let's consider their opinion for a second as though it were gospel. And then is there something that I can do about that? Because if the answer is no, there's nothing I can do about it, then it doesn't matter whether or not you have the most know-how and you're the smartest guy on the planet. I can't do shit about that. Sorry.
Right.
And if it is something that I can do, I consider, that'll make the book better. Then it doesn't matter if you know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Frog G says Mo Biggs has a very generous pay scale.
And
He's never seen a higher exposure per page rate.
right. Mo pays the highest page rate when he pays an exposure. All right. So do you want to let people know where they can reach you on the internet? Do you want to be reached on the internet? That's a good question too, right?
I mean, sure, but no, but sure. I'm not like I'm really not a terminally online person. Like I'd much rather be out in the yard, you know what I mean? Doing like playing with my forge or something, you know what I'm saying? Then fucking, but this is where you can't find a bigger audience than the internet. Like it just doesn't exist. You can go stand on the soapbox somewhere in California or in New York City and not reach half as many people as you do on the internet. Yeah. Not reach a fucking 10th, 100th.
We had a backer. Thank you very much.
So
thank you guys.
I hear you got a Twitter, right? I reached out to you on Twitter.
And a
Twitter.
Facebook. Yeah.
You made me do Twitter. We're not talking. We're in a fight. We're in a fight forever now.
Oh no.
So you want to give us your Twitter info? Did we already put this shit in the description?
It is in the description.
All right, then I'm not going to make you recite it on screen.
But,
do you have any final thoughts for people about this project, what you're going through? What's so funny?
If someone works exclusively for me, odds are they may even die of exposure.
That's pretty good, yeah, because he pays them in exposure, not in food or clothing or shelter. Yeah, the basics.
Let me say this. I'm doing hard sci-fi, but I'm making an action comic book. Like it's a sci-fi action, emphasis on the action. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And not in the waste a ton of time yelling at the sky like Dragon Ball Z action. You know what I'm saying? No, for real.
You don't spend like
I
17
love
pages on like one thing.
Powering up.
Yeah.
No. We're not rushing through action either. Like I want to tell the story in the action parts of the story. You know what I mean? Because there's other parts of the story I could choose to tell, but I want to tell the action. Like I don't know. Like that's just I want blood and gore and fucking awful things and funny shit happening all at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
like dramatic tension, the oscillation between hope and fear.
Mhm.
Like good writing and shit. Like stuff
Something like
that they
that.
forgot these days. Yeah, something like that. I forgot to ask you: are you going to explore any subtextual themes in this, or is that going to happen organically, dynamically, whatever you want to say, by just you writing the story?
What do you?
Are you planning this in a way to touch on any things like, all right, so kids abducted, brought to another world, dropped off there so they can like fight against the natural, flora and fauna of the planet and claim dominance. That could be seen as like, touching on something like the society from ancient Sparta. You're talking about that element of humanity, and the next step in that for you could be to evolve into commentary on modern society. Like we have a lot of weak people, you know what I mean? So you could then have these kids juxtaposed with other kids. Are there any plans that you have to explore themes in this, or are you just going to write an awesome story, and if themes appear, then so be it?
No, the themes are all there. They're definitely
Cool.
all there. All those things you were just saying. I love all the things you were just saying. I love that all came from you without me having to say a fucking word. Because all of that and more. When because there's so much to tell. Like the agoge is just the very first step. You know what I mean?
It's I feel you. It's infuriating because like I have all of these stories lined up for Mavericks, and it's like I gotta get through the first one, which is let's shoot at shit, you know. It's killing me because it's like you said, if not now, then when? You know, we got to start now so that we can get it all done before we disappear. All right. Now, on that note, on that grim and ominous note, we're going to say, what does Eric say? What Neff is asking is a Goge an allegory for butt stuff. On that note, we're going to say, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications.
And tune into the frequency.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for having me. Deuces.
You got it, bro.